from the member. It's in their rules. So, and what we've been told is that, oh, this is an internal affairs. This forum domesticum. Don't dabble into it.
But
you are persecuting us.
Are they not internal affairs?
It's not internal affairs.
Based on the legislative powers and privileges
It's not. I've told you. If you look at the Legislative Powers and Privileges Act, there are two salient provisions there that recognize and underscore the fact that senators could be arrested for criminal offenses. And indeed, there's the provision there, 30. So that says that if a member of the National Assembly is arrested, detained, or sentenced, that the court presiding over the matter shall inform the presiding officers of the National Assembly. There's another provision that says that if you alter or forge the resolution of the National Assembly or any law, you know, when the law is passed, it's gazetted. You alter it, you forge it, you doctor it, Section 29, and then present it as the authentic. Whether you are a Senate president or whatever, anybody that does that has committed an offense. And that person, so in other words, the point I'm making is that even the Legislative House Powers and Privileges Act recognize that criminal infractions are subject to prosecution. And I think that there's a concession, regardless of what everybody is saying.
Now,
I want to. There's even a concession by the Senate leadership. In their latest retreat, and even before now, right from 13, they've been clamoring for immunity for their leadership. In recognition of the fact that, oh, we can be tried. If we commit offenses, we can be taken to court. We need an insulation. Otherwise, that we don't need. So the point I'm making, and that's my submission, is that an allegation of forgery has. Okay. And it is being taken to court now. My only anger is about the timing. It came too late. When that thing occurred, take it up. Okay. Take it up. And the allegation that the judiciary is being used to harass them is a familiar allegation. The civil action that Lennon mentioned, how was it dropped by Justice Ademola, the Deputy Senate President? The civil action challenging the constitutionality of that election on the 9th, a suit was instituted. The matter had proceeded. Judgment was to be delivered. Deputy Senate President, which is also contempt of, because our courts are condoning this thing, wrote and said, you are too close to certain persons in Lagos. Recuse yourself. And the matter was then dropped and transferred to another judge. This is an unpardonable intimidation of our judicial powers.
We'll come back to that.
And that ought not to be condoned.
I hope we have time to come back to that part about
you have your day in court.
The election of the Deputy Senate President.
Go there. You have Senior Advocate of Nigeria who will defend you, defend yourself. In fact, ensure that your defense succeed, prove that there's a malicious prosecution, then pounce on the state and sue them for damages, billions.
Okay.
You'll be awarded those damages.
Now, let me start from where it stops. Talking about this question of writing about the judge being interested in the matter. Justice should not just be done, we are told. It must be manifest. It must manifestly be seen to have been done. And when there is any likelihood of bias, not actual bias,
perceived.
If, for example, I'm being tried, and I feel that you, the judex, the woman trying me, that you have some relationship, whether filial, whether matrimonial, whether financial, whether ethnic, with the person that is trying me, I can raise an objection and say, I can't have justice in your court. Because even God as omnipotent and omniscient and almighty as he is, he still gave Adam and Eve a fair hearing in the Garden of Eden when he saw what they were doing wrong, by still asking them, why did you do this? Why did you do this? It was after they defended themselves that he passed judgment on them and punished them. Now, the issue is not, I'm happy that you talked about the timing. What they are saying is some people have gone to court. They feel they are not getting justice quickly in a civil matter, which they already believe, after losing it on the floor of the Senate, they already believe they could take up on a civil matter. They now appeal to their party and say, carry us on your shoulder. Charge these people for a criminal matter. You are charging the number 3 man in the country for forgery. Let me tell you how it operates. I've worked with the Senate and the House of Representatives almost as an unofficial lawyer since 1999. I've helped with all humility and all modesty to help prepare many private members' bills before those houses. So I know the operation. If you look at what I'm holding, this is the 1999 standing rules of the Senate. In 2003, it was amended. When they start coming up, in 2007, they were amended. In 2011, they were amended. This is one of 2000.
Were they amended just before 2015?
All of them, every year. Let me tell you how it happens. By a fraction of time. By a fraction of time, under section 64, subsection 1, the Senate has only 4 years to be in existence. Then under section 64, subsection 3, the president makes a proclamation proclaiming into existence a new Senate after the old one has gone. The old one went on the 4th of June. The new one, 2015, the 8th Senate came into being on the 9th of June. Now, what happens is this. Before each new Senate comes on board, the bureaucracy of the Senate, of the National Assembly, sits down and meet to look at the rules. Based on what has been going on in the last 4 years, do they still meet with our aspirations? Since the society is dynamic. That is why you will see that the one of 1999, there's no amendment. You can see. The one of 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, you will see them as amended. As amended. Now, it is not the Senate President or the Deputy Senate President who will sit down to begin to amend. Look at it this way. They are not Nostradamus, the man who saw tomorrow. They are not the oracle at Ile-Ife that gazes into the future to pronounce the next all need to be. There was no way, for example, Senator Saraki would have known that he will win the Senate election because he had challengers in the future. Ekwemadu also had other challengers like Chime and others. There's no way we know that he will become the senator of the 8th Assembly.
Mr. Ozekhome,
and then
can you just hold
now
on?
And that they will become
Mr. Ozekhome, can you just hold on? We'll need to take a short break, and when we come back, and continue your train of thought. Hope you don't lose that. We're back in a moment. Please don't go away.